Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, anybody that make videos and stuff know damn well that, we make one over 10 minutes and then edit and everything and it don't, work out for you for some reason or another, you get the ass a little bit. This is what happened with me. So this subject actually should have been yesterday. But, I got the ass and I just gave up on it. Bottom line is, we have a little problem, but that's not really a problem in boxing right now, and that's the welterweight division. Actually, you get a gift from your parents and you don't appreciate it because you wanted something else, and then you find out 6 months later that I'm so happy they gave me that. That's how this is. We got the welterweight division. The baddest dude in the welterweight division got to be Errol Spence. Damn it. It is what it is. Errol Spence been in the welterweight division forever, though, but he's the baddest one there. Got to say that, And he secured the fight with another champion, Ugas, Yordenis Ugas. And you might know Yordenis Ugas from beating Pacquiao, okay? And he really beat him, right? Like some people say Jeff Horn didn't beat Pacquiao, but he really beat him too. Well, this guy beat him too, right? And he beat Pacquiao in his last fight. Pacquiao's retired. Yordenis beat him so good that he had to retire, but I think it was time for the real champion. And we also, a lot of people think that he beat Sean Porter. But damn it, if it beat him or not, we know it was a damn competitive fight with Sean Porter. So Yordenis Ugas is Cuban too. Got 4 losses, but it's a bad boy, right? Bad boy. And him and Errol Spence are going to fight, and we should all be grateful for this fight. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best case scenario for the welterweight division because, damn it, it's a unification. It's 3 belts on the line. Errol Spence and Ugas is 3 belts on the line, and we're getting closer to undisputed. So I think everybody should rejoice. I see, sides to the thing. Like the Errol Spence. How the hell is Errol Spence got haters? You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence got haters. I know some people might think I am because when I start talking about Terence Crawford, you're probably going to think that it could be happening in a second. But Errol Spence ain't got no damn haters, really, does he? Because the dude is awesome. You know what I'm saying? This Errol Spence, he's awesome. He's got this Van Helsing thing popping off where he ain't getting nervous. He handles his business. He fights like people want people to fight. He's in the pocket. He throws body shots. He's a cool dude. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? So he shouldn't have no damn haters, but I'm hearing that he's got haters. But the thing about this generation is if you say anything, then you're automatically haters. They don't use the word right, if you ask me. But anyway, let's make sure let's get this clear with Errol Spence. Errol Spence had a very bad car accident that I think everyone knows about. Errol Spence came back after that car accident and fought one of my favorite fighters in Danny Garcia, right? And everybody ain't beating up no damn Danny Garcia, right? Errol Spence beat Danny Garcia after that horrendous car accident. Better than anybody else beat Danny Garcia. Like I said before, I think the only one to beat Danny Garcia as good as Errol Spence did is Mauricio Herrera. And he didn't get the win. It was in Puerto Rico, and Danny Garcia took him a little light and got beat up a little bit and still got the nod. But hey, it happens to the best of them because most of the best fighters in the world have got beat up before, but they just don't get credit for it. But the bottom line is, that's what he did after a car accident. Now he has a torn retina, and he's coming back. And for all you old folks out there, my brethren, remember how we felt when Sugar Ray Leonard had the torn retina back in the day? Now, no technology advances and everything, but the torn retina back in them late 80s, we thought it was over. We were sad as hell when we didn't think the Sugar Ray Leonard was going to fight no more. So this is the injury that he has, okay? And he's coming back to fight a unification fight against Yordenis Ugas. Man, hats off to your boy Errol Spence, period. Hats, period. That's case scenario. We talk about Terence Crawford, obviously, but what Terence Crawford gonna do? Who gives a damn? Terence Crawford, if it was up to me, shouldn't do a damn thing and wait for undisputed. That's what he should do, right? Because every time he do something, ain't nobody giving him no credit anyway. Everybody act like, like Sean Porter was easy, and everybody forced him to fight Sean Porter, even though he wants Spence, and they was saying we can't get Spence to fight Sean Porter. The next hardest fight, after he beats him convincingly, in my opinion, then what happens? Sean Porter is a glorified journeyman. Like, we're going to treat Sean Porter like he's Derek Chisora or something, right? Just not to give the dude credit. This is what everybody want him to fight. And I'll go back to Kell Brook. When Terence Crawford fought Kell Brook, everybody was nervous because Kell Brook was looking swole, he was looking top fit, and everybody was scared for Terence Crawford. And he beat the hell out of him. Else beat the hell out of him. Right? We keep telling Terence Crawford that he ain't done nothing. His opponents are not all that good. And that's a whole bunch of BS or bullocks or whatever somebody want to call it. Because Victor Postal better than most of these guys. Okay? When he beat Victor Postal, after Victor Postal had just beat Lucas Matisse, Victor Postal is the guy that they said that Danny Garcia was running from. Let's not forget that. Right? That's who that was. Or Julius Ndongo, who he beat with a body blow, had just beat Troy Noski in Russia, and your boy Ricky Burns over there in Scotland somewhere, right? You know, it's a whole lot of people. Then he goes up to welterweight and has beaten everybody with all them O's. Jeff Horn had just beat Pacquiao, and he was undefeated. He beat the hell out of Jeff Horn. Then Benavidez was the new up and comer. Benavidez was the Virgil Ortiz for 2 years or 3 years ago, right? Benavidez, big old tall lanky Benavidez. Wasn't nobody else beating Benavidez. He did it, beat him up. Kavalikis was undefeated, mean machine, beat the hell out of him. Everybody ain't beating Kell Brook like that. Now everybody can knock out Amir Khan, right? If you catch him, you gotta catch him first, right? All of these things this guy has done in welterweight. This is his third weight division. And he's knocking everybody. He's on a knockout streak in his third weight division. Who does that? Right? Who the hell does that? So, and I'm number one pound for pound, and I've been undisputed. And I am, you know, we ain't calling black people number one pound for pounds anyway. You better earn it if it's gonna be a black person on top of there, right? We ain't better earn it. They was put question marks on Floyd Mayweather trying to put 7 lost Pacquiao in front of him and stuff. So at the end of the day, Bud Crawford is the best guy in the world right now, the best boxer. So we need to stop disrespecting him and talking like, you know, Spence supposed to get more, and Spence has done this, and I've heard that Spence said in a tweet or something that he's doing all the heavy lifting, right? You know, okay, we'll just let that go because it's Spence. I love the guy, so I ain't gonna get on him, but you know, somebody lifting something to become number one pound for pound, okay? As a black person, you got to be lifting something to be number one pound for pound. You got to be lifting something to become undisputed. You're lifting. Maybe he wasn't lifting. I understand what he's talking about, the welterweight division. But in my point is Errol Spence supposed to have 2 or 3 belts in the welterweight division if we're going to keep calling him the very best. And I just don't think that Errol Spence has had the same adversity as Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford has fought in 3 different divisions and sometimes against people that are categorically bigger than him. Have we seen Errol Spence do that yet? Not yet. We got to see him at 154 and even 160. That's where he should be. If he wants to be doing what Crawford is doing right now, he would be at 160. So we have to keep that all in perspective, right? Keep that all in mind. But it ain't no damn taking sides here. These are both 2 bad dudes. One of them is a Hall of Famer right now. The other one's about to be. Because for me, you know, you gotta become undisputed in that welterweight division, or you gotta beat Terence Crawford or something. You know, two belts. I don't know if that's automatically Hall of Fame in one division. 2 belts in one division, never going nowhere else, right? Unless you're Gennady Golovkin, they ain't gonna let you do that, right? But at the end of the day, both of these boys is bad. Let's just enjoy the fight, and just simple as that. When it happens, let's enjoy the Errol Spence versus Ugas fight, because that ain't no runaway win either. That's a hard fight to come back and do. So Errol Spence, much props, much love to him. Terence Crawford's bad anyway. Much props, much love to him. And one thing I'm going to tell you what happens to good fighters, and before I get out of here, I got something to do. Bottom line is this, and I should have my told you hat on, but don't. I told you that Jaron Boots Ennis, who's going to be a superstar, right? I told you all you got to do is watch 3 minutes of Jaron Ennis, and you know he's super special, right? You know it already, right? I told you that he's the mandatory. He's about to be the mandatory for Errol Spence, but Errol Spence was able to go get this unification, which unifications trump mandatory, so it's no problem there. But I did tell you guys that Terence Crawford is so good that they're gonna do the hey Terence Crawford, you fight Jaron Boot Ennis, even though he's not in your sanctioned body, a la Deontay Wilder fighting Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz. A la, let's let Charlo and Andrade fight, right? And none of them get to fight Canelo and Gennady Golovkin. It's a la whole bunch of stuff, Right, I can go to Devin Haney and stuff, but I ain't going to even go there because we're going to get out of here. We don't want to get too negative. But the bottom line is Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas is a great fight. It's the perfect, best case scenario for the welterweight division because let's be real. If Terence Crawford would fight Errol Spence now, directly from the operation, and beat him, what the hell would we be saying? Answer that question. And that's what the point is. That's why perfect fight, Spence versus Ugas first. After that, we might get undisputed. But we're pessimistic here. Remember, every time we get close to undisputed, something weird happens. Let's hope that's not the case here. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.